Hi, welcome back to Hill's Kitchen. Sorry my lighting is trash, but this is the only setup I got. Today I'm making biscuits. The only Red Lobster biscuits. This needs to be contraband. I will smuggle this into the UK for whoever is interested. The iconic Red Lobster, which is shouted out by Beyonce in Formation. They make these really good biscuits that you get while you're waiting for your food. All you need to make these are the mix, the little garlic blend, which is included, and some cheddar cheese. And yeah, I wanted something easy because y'all know I like recipes, just so we can get into the tea. Today, the topic is betting on yourself. Now, many would say autumn. That doesn't even feel like a worthy topic. And I'm like, actually, yes, the fuck it is. Because a lot of people don't believe in betting on themselves. They really don't. Y'all don't want to admit it, but it's true. Because if we were all betting on ourselves, the world would be a very different place. The first thing is I'm stirring together water, cheese, and the biscuit mix. Water, 3/4 cups of cold water. If I knock over my setup, please don't say anything. Not that you could, because you're not here. Okay, so y'all just going to listen because I can't look at the camera and not burn down the home. What is betting on yourself? So to me, betting on yourself, in my opinion, is genuinely agreeing with A, what you want out of your life, and B, what God says about you. And one would say, well, if I agree, why hasn't it come to pass? Because I'm like, you don't actually bet on yourself. If you bet on yourself, you double down. That means whatever you want to chase, wherever you want to live, whatever you want to accomplish in the world, you're actually putting the follow through there. Like mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, and psychologically. We can say, oh, I want to be debt free, right? By X age, right? So if you are betting on yourself, that means you not only believe that you could become debt free, but you're taking the actions to make that happen, which means you have a budget, you're setting money aside every month to pay off said debt. You know, you're prioritizing that over vacations, over new clothes, over everything else. The opposite of betting on yourself is saying, oh, I want to get out of debt, but like nothing else in your life is in agreement with you trying to like get out of debt. Okay, so you need a half cup of this. This is just like generic shredder, wow. Sharp, shredded cheddar cheese. Like, that is a tongue twister. Did I do this wrong? Oh, no. No! I dropped cheese in a very bad place. I pray I'm doing this right. Is this the garlic? Bro, oh my God. I'm fucking this up for real. This is not going well. I had it right the first time, okay? That's betting on yourself. Believing that I can actually do this recipe correctly while filming and discussing something. Because this is something serious. Okay, well. Anyway, back to betting on yourself. I feel like that's not something we're taught to do. We're taught to like be complicit and to wait our turn, and to, especially as women and like Black individuals, like we are not taught to like, oh, genuinely believe that you can do it and like go execute. That is said, but in principle, that's not true. A lot of our parents are like, oh, you need to go get a good job. You need to go to college so you can get said good job. Like, so a lot of us, the value is money. The value is stability. It is not, oh, I can't actually do anything I set my mind to. And I think that's very damaging because, at least in my experience, I've noticed that a lot of people around me, like as my 20s have progressed, discount themselves from the things they say they want out of life. Because if they don't see it immediately possible in their circumstances or in their realm, they feel like, oh, it's not even worth doing. I've had so many friends be like, oh, I want to move to Portland. I want to move to DC. I want to like, start over and have this cool adventure. I'm like, oh my God, amazing. Yeah, go for it. And then months will pass. I'm like, yo, what's up with you in Portland? What's up with you in New York? How you feel? And they're like, oh, girl, you're so expensive, And I'm like, well, yeah, but like, you can still do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, baby, you have a full-time job. Yeah, but I don't like, then I'd have to like quit my job. Then I'd have to like not have a job. Like I'd have to give up this job to get a job there. And I'm like, yeah, like, right, yes. There would be sacrifices. Yes, your life would change. I thought that's what you wanted. You stop betting on yourself when there's enough doubt and fear in you that supersede your desire. Like, if you legit sit down and are like, why am I not actually like doubling down on this? Why can't I really go for it? Why am I not already there? Half the time it's not about your circumstances. It really is about the fact that you ain't really willing to put in the sacrifices there. Or, hot take, you've become impatient and you feel like, oh, because it hasn't come together yet, it's not gonna happen for me. That's a dangerous game. Obviously, if you quit, yeah, it'll never happen. But like, if you give it another 6 months, give it another year. We give up on the things we want very quickly, if we're being honest, because we think failure is a sign we're doing the wrong thing. We think resistance is a sign it's not gonna happen. We think, not having other people co-signing us or clapping for us means that what we're doing isn't actually gonna accomplish anything in the world. It's like, no, if you bet on yourself, that means you get it. Like there is, you are your own DJ drama, okay? Like you are hyping yourself up from start to finish. Like you don't care what other people say. You're like, you know what? I'ma still move. I'ma still start the business. I'ma still start the blog. Whatever the vision is, you so sold out, girls can't tell you anything. They can't tell you a damn thing. Now this says, I gotta scoop this into 8 portions or whatever. Now, I will let y'all know this is very thick, okay? So don't think you crazy because you barely able to mix it. I will admit I did fuck up the ingredients a little bit, so my mixture is probably a little thicker than she should be. Oh, y'all can't see. Oh, my God. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to keep talking because this is somebody's ASMR, but also somebody's reality check. So let me not lose focus. I reached a point where, and this will come up later on in Hill's Kitchen, the topic is self-sabotage, but betting on yourself is the opposite of that, where again, you are so sold out, you're gonna do it. It doesn't matter how long it takes, it doesn't matter what other people say, it doesn't matter what it costs you, you down. Yeah, you're gonna have bad days, yeah, it's not gonna be easy, but you're sold out, and you're not afraid to say it, so period. I never got anywhere in life because I didn't believe I could do it. Like, I had to believe. Hot take, even if you have bad days, do not embrace that to the point where that overtakes you. If you don't have the support around you to do what you really want to do, you should not be letting people see said bad days because they're gonna say, see, I told you. Girl, I told you that's too hard. I told you, it's not worth doing. I told you it's too late. People in the spirit of concern and like looking out for you will absolutely talk you out of your blessing, talk you out of your good idea. And it's like, please silence them by still doing what you need to do. Because guess what? It's only crazy until it happens. People are always going to be like, I don't know about that. And they can and will be wrong. And guess what? Even if they're right, you still had the audacity to try. You still had the audacity to believe. So what do you have to lose by betting on yourself? Quickly, what do you have to lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hello. Okay. Come on, bonus biscuit. Y'all, my hands are so messy right now. Look at that. Now, I will say they're not all the same size. This is the hard part. But you know what? These biscuits are fearfully and wonderfully made. It's okay that they are not all the exact same size. That's going to have to be it. Because I'm making a huge mess and I'm ready to be done with these. And they don't need to be perfect. And that's a word for somebody. I'm making a mess and I think the mess has accomplished what she was meant to. And now it's time to go. So this is the final product. Y'all see that? That's talent. That's dedication, okay? Here we go. Now, she can only be in the oven for 14 to 16 minutes, but this oven cooks really fast, so I think I'm gonna go with like 12. Oh, preheat your oven to 425, by the way. Okay, anyway. I just felt like that might be important for somebody. You know what? I'm gonna stick with 13. Nope, I lied. I'm gonna do... Okay, I'm pushing too many buttons. 12 minutes is my final answer. Like I was saying, I think betting on yourself is always a good idea. And one would say, Autumn, how does that look? Like, okay, I do have this thing I want to accomplish. There's something I really want, I see for myself. How do I bet on myself? Just be so sold out that you don't care how you look. That's the simplest way to put it. Caring what others think or caring about failing or like what the outcome is going to be can really like get to you to the point where you're not willing to like be all in, there's a part of you that's inherently holding back because you know, I don't want too many people to know. I don't want my parents to really see this. I don't want my extended family to really start talking about me like, oh, I don't know what this will really do if it succeeds. Like there's a part of you that's still like tripping about how it all looks. And I feel like that's how I felt about YouTube in other parts of my life, where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then the actual thought of being perceived and like succeeding kind of terrified me. So I would then just like stop before I really begun. Getting so busy to where I stopped my consistency brought that old fear and doubt back in. The moment you start to slip, it all just kind of has a downward trajectory. To bet on yourself, you are fully persuaded. Like that comes up in the Bible in the New Testament, the like significance of being fully persuaded. In order to have faith, like you have to be fully persuaded, because to be moving with unbelief, it's as if you don't believe at all. Think of it like an investment. Think of it like stocks. If you really believe you're going to turn a profit or that this person's product is the next big thing, you are going to move accordingly. Be like, hey, this is what I'm willing to give. This is what I feel. This is how much I believe in you, right? You're willing to negotiate. If anything in your life does not compel you at that level, like where you're willing to negotiate or willing to see it come to pass, you ain't serious about it. And if you're serious about it, then you're willing to negotiate. You're willing to put your money behind it and you're willing to put your actions into it. You're not moved by what your circumstances are or what people say. You're just like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm more interested in like the execution than like what y'all got to say. You are so sold out for your who, your what, and your why. You don't care about the how, the where, or the when. I'm sold out for being a mom, right? So I don't really care when it happens, so long as it's in God's time, because I know that He has the best in store. So I'm not in a rush to do it because I understand that's like a whole lifestyle change to become a parent and to be responsible for another human being. I'm not tripping about the where because I'm like, I would assume if it's God's best, like it's going to be the right season it's meant to be. And I'm then not tripping about the how. So again, if it happens while I'm in law school or like while I'm killing it in my career, I'm not tripping. And that had to be my logic from the jump. I knew, oh, I actually have a lot of ambition. So I really do need to double down on God's timing because I can't do this on my own strength. Like it could actually derail my life to just be like, oh, I want a kid now, so I'm just gonna do it. Or I don't care who I'm with, so I don't care if I have unprotected sex. Like I was like, no, this needs to be perfect. Girls from a broken home, no. That stuff, that is not cute. It does make a difference to have two parents that are together, that love each other, that want you, that want to be parents, and that are financially stable and like emotionally stable and like mentally there, and they can really be great parents. It makes a fucking difference. Side note, if whoever you're with and or talking to, if that don't even align and you know at some point you do want to be a parent, peep that, okay? Don't be wasting time. My hands are really dirty. But that's okay because when you bet on yourself, you don't mind if your hands get dirty. Cause good, look, I still got this hand. I'm running out of storage on my phone, which means I gotta wrap this up. Biscuits half finished while drama's happening. Look how good they look. Okay, so all that's left is me just sprinkling the garlic herb, I believe. I'm supposed to melt butter, but I don't really care like that. I feel like that's kind of overkill and a tad unhealthy. The final thing I was just gonna say is that again, you have to protect what you are believing for, because to bet on yourself is a bit vulnerable. Not everybody's gonna agree with what you say and what you think and what you feel is possible in your life. I think you have to have discernment and wisdom to bet on yourself and realize, hey, like, just because I want this doesn't mean it's going to be easy or everybody else is going to get it. And out of respect to myself and what I'm believing for, I'm not going to trust that information with just anybody. So once upon a time, it was hard for me to talk about wanting to move to London with people because it was like I was 10 toes down and people were projecting their shit onto me. And it just frustrated me to even be asked, oh, what do you want to do? Because people were like, oh, do you want to stay in New York? Do you want to do this, do that? And I'm like, no, I want to move to New London. And then I would mentally clock out after that because I would get very mixed reactions. Some people would be very impressed and very supportive, and other people would be like, you know, it's a really expensive city, right? You gonna go through all that? Aren't they racist? Isn't their food bad? Isn't the weather bad? Like, people say shit like that. So I, again, had to be really solid in me to be unmoved by everybody else. Please bet on yourself because the world needs it. Whatever you're desiring for yourself, you know, health-wise or career-wise, school-wise, it's worthwhile doing. Now, she's kind of falling apart, but it still looks really good in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's fantastic. I see why one would want butter, but like, it's cool. Look at this. She's crumbling in my hand, but she's great. I hope y'all enjoyed watching. I have to go because I'm afraid my phone is gonna cut off again. Devil is mad. Every time I shoot Hill's Kitchen, something goes wrong. Because the devil, he don't want me to be great. But I got news for him. I've already bet on myself. I'm solid. This year is different. I'm here to win it. I'm not playing with y'all no more. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next Sunday. And yeah.